Hello and welcome. My name is Jeremiah, the Bullfrog Hale, and this is Tips and Tricks Tuesday with ProPricer. We'll cover useful tips and tricks in ProPricer that help you leverage your time better and get things priced. In the next few episodes of Triple T, we'll be discussing the topic of pivot tables, since there are several important features in pivot tables that deserve notable attention. For those of you that are unaware, yes, we have a built-in pivot table in ProPricer. Pivots have been around for a long time. However, we did recently expand the feature, adding more fields and charts, after the upgrade, I believe, in 9.2 build 118. If you have an older version of ProPricer, you will not be able to view all the options displayed on my screen, so better go download the latest version. Today I'm going to share tips about pivot grids and pivot layouts in ProPricer. I'm calling them pivot grids now instead of pivot tables, because that's how they're labeled here in ProPricer. The importance of a pivot grid is it gives you the ability to quickly display the proposal data in a matrix style format. Let's see how it looks and see how it's done. I'll need to select a base proposal to feed my pivot grid. The pivot grid is found here in the Proposals tab and Pivot Grid. What is a pivot grid and why is it useful? A pivot grid is a quick way to summarize estimates in the proposal and the only way to chart that data. On the left side here, we have the data area, and at the top, we have more feature control buttons. I'll click on the fields list here, the blue icon in the middle. What are fields and why are they important? Well, look on the right side here. These are where your fields are, and the fields allow you to pick and choose the bits of data from your proposal. Today's tips are about setting up and saving pivot layouts. Fields on the right are categorized into 4 different folders, which include tasks, period, resource, and data. To add data to your pivot grid, all you need to do is drag and drop. I'll build a simple layout now. I'll expand the task folder and drag WBS on the left here to the row area. Okay, now I'll expand the data folder and drag the hours field to the data area. Now we've got something brewing. So let's add timeline into the mix. I'll open the period folder and drag year to the columns area. Alright, that looks good. A good trick pertaining to pivot grids is to save the layout so you can avoid having to build them over and over again. You can do that by clicking the Save button next to the Pivot Layout drop-down selector. That's a mouthful. ProPricer will prompt for a name. It's a good idea to make the name descriptive of what the layout is to ensure ease in locating it later. In my case, I'll use hours by WBS. Sounds good? Okay, just like that, it's saved for later use. Now you have the ability to open it just by choosing the layout from the drop-down here. See your name? Personally, this is my favorite part, charts, in the pivot grid. You can open charts for your layout by clicking the Pivot Charts button here at the top. And now at the bottom, charts have made their appearance. How do charts work? Take a look here. I'll select the data in the first year, and ProPricer will automatically create a chart for it. That's pretty neat if you ask me. Why are charts important? Well, charts tell a story about what is happening in your pivot grid, and you have the power to make complex data sets simple again for large audiences or for fast-paced work environments. The last tip for this episode is we have more charts. Click here on the Charts tab, and we have a pie, line, area, and all sorts of other charts. Feel free to play around with themes and colors to best fit your needs. To sum all this up, ProPricer has a powerful pivot layout. Virtually unlimited designs can be saved for later use. The best part, of course, is automatically generated charts we were able to design. On the next episode of Triple T, we'll be exploring more features of ProPricer's pivot grid, so be sure to stay tuned for that. If this was awesome, get subscribed and hit that like button. If you have any questions about ProPricer we can help with, or maybe some tips and tricks of your own, follow the link or post a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And again, my name is Jeremiah Hale. And as always, thanks for watching.